So now we have the preceding amount of neurotransmitter reflects on how the chemical substance may have a excitatory or inhibitory effect. Okay, this helps us to understand why certain drugs are prescribed, and drugs may act as an agonist, that is, the chemical substance may imitate or increase the effect of agonist. Okay, that means they may imitate or increase the effect of neurotransmitter. All right, and for example, we have anti-anxiety medication like diazepam, which is anti-anxiety medication. Diazepam, it is an agonist for GABA. As you have learned that GABA is an inhibitory neurotransmitter, the inhibitory action is increased by the drug, and the drug directly calms specific brain areas that play a role in controlling anxiety. Drug may also act as antagonist, means against or the villain or the bad one. Okay, this is the chemical. No, agonist is the one who stops the action. Just a second. So, agonist is the one which activates the receptor to produce biological response, and antagonist is the one which blocks the receptor. So, antagonist drug can also act as antagonist, but drugs can also block the receptors. Okay, or reduce the cell response. If the neurotransmitter that the antagonist effect is inhibitory, there will be actual increase in activity of the cell that would otherwise would have been inhibited. Inhibited means to be held back or prevented, right? And there are some drugs that affect the reuptake or enzymatic degradation process. Drugs that are used to treat depression, like SSRIs, these are used to treat depression. This means selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor block the reuptake of serotonin, leaving more serotonin in the synapse to bind with the receptor site, which over the period of time helps in improving the mood of the person. Alright. Now we have dopamine hypothesis and Role of glutamate in schizophrenia. Abnormalities in dopamine transmission is one of the cause of the psychotic disorders. And such as schizophrenia, dopamine hypothesis of schizophrenia states that the schizophrenia is caused due to excess activity at dopamine synapses in certain brain areas. So schizophrenia is caused by the excess brain activities. Excess brain activities. All right. Where were we? Yeah. Researchers have concluded that there is an increase in dopamine release in people showing the first symptoms of schizophrenia, which are hallucinations and delusions. Hallucinations and delusions. And drugs that are most effective in treating schizophrenia are the most effective at blocking dopamine receptors. This hypothesis is further supported by researchers who have concluded that continuous use of drugs like amphetamine and cocaine also shows psychotic symptoms. And cause substance induced psychotic disorder. These drugs increase the activity at dopamine synapses. Apart from dopamine hypothesis, glutamate hypothesis also has a role in schizophrenia. Dopamine inhibits glutamate cells in many brain areas, and glutamate stimulates neurons that inhibit dopamine. Okay, so dopamine prevent or help back glutamate cells, and glutamate stimulates neurons that inhibit dopamine. All right. Thus, the effects of increasing dopamine are similar to those of decreasing glutamate. So, the effect of antipsychotic drugs that block dopamine are in consonance with either excess dopamine hypothesis or deficient glutamate hypothesis. Consonance here means compatibility, or the we can say the cooperation or agreement actually. Thank you.